Focus your mind to this bell sound, and while you focus into the sound, keep relax your mind, keep relax your body, and keep relax your breathing. Let your whole body weight go down and gently close your eyes, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma friends, practicing meditation is a way of cultivating our mind with profitable skills. So when it comes to mind, the most important profitable skill is awareness. So developing awareness is our main purpose. To get into that, we use two kind of mental cultures. One is called samatha mental culture, so samatha bhavana or samatha meditation, tranquility meditation. Another one is called vipassana bhavana or insight meditation, or some may use word analytical meditation, panya bhavana. So in the beginning, as a foundation, we have to bring our mind to one point. We have to bring our mind to the present moment. We have to tranquilize our mind, because the very nature of mind, it's always go here and there, mostly with the past and future. Another thing is, even in the present moment, it's always jump with the whatever the perception with related with the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So then in tranquility meditation, what we does, we trying to bring our mind to the one pointness. And when that means, it is not by force you're going to control your mind. No, with the intention, and you bring your attention. So very nature of the mind, always it listen to your intention. So that is the beauty that you have to know. So deeply, so whatever we, in another way that we call, it's kind of like a desire, the mental formations. The mind always follow the mind. So then sometimes when you don't have the intention, the mind just go with its previous habits or the past experience. It's kind of like, as example, sometimes when you lazy to cook, and if there is nothing to cook, something new, and you may start to look for whatever left over, and maybe you eat whatever you that desired not to eat few days ago. So the mind the same. When the mind doesn't have the purpose or the intention, what the mind does, it go to its old things. That is what called thinking. Thinking means whatever the things related with your past and the experience with the words and the pictures or the colors. So here in this very moment, when you give attention to something, the mind going to be with it. That is very nature. It is not, you are not separating from your mind. That is very nature of you. So in this very moment, if you put the attention to something, then you go with it. If you don't put the attention, the mind itself find the attention related with whatever the past or the future. So then in meditation means you with the intention. It is not just you close your eyes and just stay like a free fall that whatever happen, let it happen. It's not like that. With the clear intention, knowingly what you do, and with the purpose, and you bring attention. So the purpose is, as I mentioned, uplifting our awareness, bring our mind to clarity. So for that, we give a mental object, primary mental object, our inhalation, exhalation. So then your intention should be put your attention to the inhalation, exhalation. So when it become very clear again and again, you're going to be with it. And so in case if you recognize mind went here and there, bring it back again and again and stay with it. If it is go 100 times, let it. Bring it back 101 time. It's going to come back. When we are, as remember always, wherever the attention, the mind, wherever the intention, the attention follow to that place. So in the beginning, when you observe the inhalation, exhalation, the very important basic informations, don't try to inhale or exhale. Why? Because in the world, there are many kind of breathing exercise, very familiar. And also we have inner nature always to do something. It is very difficult for us to at least even stay calm, relaxed without doing anything. Even without thinking anything, people cannot even understand how we can do it. People get depressed sometimes. Why? Because they build up a nature always to do something, always to be busy, always to think something. So the tranquility meditation is a way you calm down, you bring down, you shut down all the activities, physical, mental activities, and let everything to settle down as it is. So then in the very first level, just thinking or praying, you cannot do it maybe. So then what you have to do, you give a primary mental object. So mind go here and there, bring it back to and follow the thoughts, or follow the breathing. So when you follow the breathing, or in the beginning, don't try to do anything, don't try to hold the breathing, or you no need to count, or you no need to do any kind of exercise. Just allow everything to happen as it is. And when the inhalation happens, recognize this is inhalation. When the exhalation happens, recognize this is exhalation. And observe just the rising and falling, rising and falling. Just be with it. And when mind become very familiar with that, then bring little bit more attention. So to see, this is the inhalation, this is exhalation, this is the beginning, middle of the inhalation or exhalation. And keep following that. And then when the mind become more familiar with it, it's like you grilling something. You grill it, and then when it go deeper, you have to push a little bit to go deeper. You have to push, otherwise itself it doesn't go. So like that, you have to bring the intention with the clear attention, and the effort you have to observe deeply. So then in the third level, each and every inhalation has its own way. Some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. So just observe and recognize its own character. Each and every inhalation, exhalation unique. So recognize that. And don't mix it with other things. Separately recognize. And when you come to this kind of things, what will happen? The mind become calm down, relax, and sometimes you feel more comfortable with the practice. Just don't focus to that. Even though you see it, keep focusing to inhalation, exhalation. Sometimes mind can disturb in many ways, but don't follow with the thought. Stay with the inhalation, exhalation. In a certain level, your breathing, your body, your mind, your thoughts start to settle down as one, and then that is the place you come to a tranquility state. And it may take some times for some people. Mentally don't try to get into that, just allow it to happen. It's like water, because you cannot calm down the water. If you try to calm down the water, what will happen? The water become more busy. So then what you have to do, just let the water to be itself. Don't disturb it. Don't try to do anything. Then the water itself calm down. The mind the same. Mind the same like water. So don't try to disturb it or don't try to do anything. Just allow it to calm down. Only thing, if it is go here and there, bring it back. Let it calm down with the primary mental object, not the mind itself. So you're giving a primary object to calm down. So then it will little by little settle down. Once the mind settle down, from there we go to Vipassana practice. So Vipassana practice means it's deeply and thoroughly you observe the very nature of your own experience, not the outside, not the breathing. Now, because the breathing related to the air is related to the outside, not the breathing, you go with your inner experience. So the form necessary, the form related to the inhalation or exhalation, and then from there you go with the 5 aggregates. The next one is the feeling, sensation, formations, and the cognition or the awareness or the consciousness. So those are the target should be when it comes to Vipassana meditation. The very nature of to this meditation culture, Samatha meditation culture, always we take a mental object from outside and observe. In the Vipassana level, we observe our inner experience. So in the very first level, when the inhalation, exhalation happens, just recognize the difference by the feelings of the inhalation, exhalation. Just recognize how you recognize something as inhalation. So now we have the name. So, but the form, through the form, try to recognize. So it is not a kind of more intellectual experience. It is more by experiencing and understanding. So then when the inhalation happens, see what kind of feelings arise. When the exhalation happens, how the feelings arise. And then follow it. And when you follow moment by moment, you see it always change moment by moment, moment by moment. And not only that, the feelings change, followed by the feelings, and its feelings, entire body. Sometimes the entire bodily feelings change, and also this entire body respond, and this mind change, and also that when the inhalation happens, entire cognitions follow that and change moment by moment. So that is that kind of a realization by ourselves observing us. So that is in the Vipassana level. And sometimes you cannot go deeper in this very short time. So what you have to do during this time, when you practice yourself, this informations will help you. But when you practice yourself now, get into inhalation and from there slowly and recognize the feelings and stay with the feelings and see how the feelings change moment by moment, followed by the inhalation, exhalation, and then just follow that change. So let's practice a little bit and get ready yourself and be comfortable with your posture. If it is possible, you can keep your back straight and neck head straight. So Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. And gently close your eyes, please. And bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Suapatveva or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved to wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we are spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, mentally relax your body. Bring your attention to the lower part of your body and observe the feelings or sensation, any tightness, heaviness, heat, contact with the cushion or the sheet. Just try to recognize, get a mental note. Don't change anything. And bring your attention to your lower back. Upper back and shoulders. Arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. And your abdominal area. in your chest. And your neck and head. Bring attention to your whole body and feel your whole body as one. And focus your mind in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation of inhalation, exhalation in front of your nose and your upper lip. And allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. Recognize separately. This is inhalation, this is exhalation. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Observe and recognize. Just accept it. Don't try to regulate or maintain. Don't interfere with its nature. Just accept it. Just be with the feelings or the sensation followed by the inhalation, exhalation. And drop all the details related to inhalation, exhalations, and focus to the feelings arise by the followed by the inhalation, exhalation, and see how it changes moment by moment. And bring your attention to your body and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire this your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe, and as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention. Mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion, beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light as far as you can to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy. Without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, we are living in a place, it's with full of machines and technology, and trying to feed us with the created environment. So then it is a great challenge for us to find our true nature, because the food we eat, the things we see, and all the words we hear, and the aromas we get, and sometimes the things we associate, this everything is kind of like man-made, it's created things rather than natural organic things. So it become a great challenge for us to find our true nature as human beings. Because if you don't experience as who you are, what is the point that having this life? So as example, that all the food that we eat, and if it is kind of like mostly now they create everything inside the lab, and even the vegetables. So the very nature of the healthy food that you should eat, it should nourish from the sunlight. That is the very basic principle. If any vegetables or any fruits that you do, if you eat not nourished from the sunlight, it never going to become good for human body. So then we create a lot of artificial things. And so then out of that, maybe you feel good, you feel full, but that doesn't mean you experience the real food, because the very mean that the having food mean it should brings you the life, it nourish your life. And all the music that we today hear, it very rare, it not come out of the instrument now, it's all come out of the electronic. So the music that come out of the natural, this environmental, the instrument is completely different than the the, the electronic music. So the music, there is a way the sound can create the effect. So as you know, that maybe in the beginning of the world, the very first thing happen is the sound. So and then it has a deeper connection with us. That's why the vibration, always sound vibration related with the body. When you go to doctors, and they have all the machines to to track your sound vibration, and through the vibration they recognize your organs healthy or not. Even the heart, no one can open the heart and see how the heart healthy, or the kidneys, all the the entire body. They look through the vibration and how it function, how the vibration go. So there is a deeper, that we have a kind of a music within ourselves, inbuilt music. When you become healthy, when you're as example, ancient time, there was no any machines. They used to check your pulse. So the pulse itself is kind of like music, and it's the vibration and the music that tells you you are healthy or not. So same like this natural instruments have ability to effect for our nerve system to calm down it. But nowadays we more listen to the electronic music. It very it, through that way it cannot bring the healing methods to our body. And the movies that it's all that the computer, that the animated movies now. It is no anything anymore kind of like that you see very real environment or the nature. This everything that the create the animated. So when you watch again and again, it affect for your mind deeply. That's why the video games nowadays for young generation, when they keep watching and watching and watching what is happening to their mind, their mind start to go out of the balance. Even the children, they when once they start to watch the cartoon again and again, now it is very rare. Children go to outside and play with sands and play with trees, play with animals. They all play with the plastic, and they play with the the cartoons. Don't no choice sometimes. And mostly the the things that we associate, even the feel that the whatever we keep close to our body, and whatever the sensation come out, even that it is not sometimes that the very real, it's kind of like a natural. So as example, for cloth in the ancient times, that that it came out of the cottons, that is the best for the skin and to make you heal healthy. And other thing is certain animals skins, after the animal died, they used to take the skin, and then they use it as a garment or the cloth. But then what happened after this, all these synthetic garments, the cloth came to the world, and then nowadays that what you feel out of this, it's a kind of like not real. So that feelings itself create a kind of like a unreal, the emotions inside you, you don't see it. So nowadays there are clothes that it once you wear it, it give different kind of feelings to you, but it is not real. It's just a create, it is illusion. You go into kind of like inside the cell. So there are like that lot of things happening around us. So it's a great challenge for us to preserve the protect the our true human nature even within ourselves. So but still it doesn't matter how big this all the machines and technology unnatural things come to this world, it is still there is no way it can overtake the human nature, because the human mind has the most powerful, the antidote that can go against, antibody that can go against this entire the artificial world. That is your awareness. When you're able to develop the awareness little by little, little by little, so it doesn't matter whatever the environment or the whatever the material things around us, whatever the things that we have to use, live with, that is still you able to go with it and get the best out of the moment. So the awareness is one of the best tool that you have to develop. So if you don't develop the awareness, remember that you don't get the right, the you don't see the true nature of the life, you don't get the right result out of your living. So when it comes to awareness, it is not from this place and you go to some place and you get it. Even the enlightenment or the happiness or the realization, it is not from here you have to go to another place and you from there you get it. It is happening in this very moment. It is not you have to go through certain time period and then you get it. It is not like that. In this very moment, you can get it. Why? Because in your mind, in this very moment, the way you maintain your mind going to bring the happiness or unhappiness. It's going to create your samsara or your nirvana in this very moment. It is not happening somewhere else. So once you understand that nature, so what you should do, you have to be little bit careful regarding the present moment. And it is for you, because and according to the present moment of the mind and your life going to happen. So then what kind of life that you want? And you know it already. So then you have to remember it always going to depend according to the condition of your mind, your thoughts. So at least in the conventionally, if you need a very peace, calm, relaxed, comfortable life, the very first thing then you have to do to release your mind from the greed, hatred, and the delusion. And if you hold your mind with the greed, hatred, and the delusion in the present moment, not the past, in the present moment, if you hold with these things, then what will happen? Then you're going to experience that same thing, because the very nature of the mind, whatever the thoughts that you hold, according to that thoughts, the energy going to come towards it. It is a very basic principle. It's a kind of like the magnet. The whatever the thoughts you hold, and according to that thoughts, you're going to absorb the energy around you. So then always look yourself and see what kind of thought are that inside you. So if the thoughts that related with the greed, hatred, and the delusion, now you know it's going to bring that kind of things, and as soon as possible, get out of it. Move away from it. Then try to, as soon as possible, replace the thoughts related with the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and the wisdom. In that very moment, what will happen? Whatever you accumulating in whatever the things around you, it's going to change. Maybe you're not going to see it right away, but that is how it is happening. And it is there, but we cannot get it like physically, but it is there. But when the necessary time come, it appear. It's same like the rainbow. So it is not something, there is no something rainbow like you can catch, but it is there. See that you can see it. And it's kind of like the moon that you see on the water in the dark night. So at night when you see the moon in a lake, the moon, it doesn't mean the moon inside the lake, but that shadow that you can see out of it. So the same like your mind also, that whatever you hold, it's like a shadow, it's going to be there, and you cannot deny there is no something like that. But at the same time, you cannot hold it to that. So whatever then the greed, hatred, and the delusion that you hold it to, and sometimes going to bring the same kind of nature, and you don't see in the moment. That doesn't mean it's not going to be there. So then yourself be very careful and see what the life you experience. And if that life is not comfortable for you, is that not that it is not the life that you want, then it is your responsibility, and as soon as possible replace the different kind of thoughts. Because the mind is the mind is formless, and the mind has no kind of like itself that inbuilt the desire to go. But when this everything come together, the consciousness can give the purpose to it. Once you have that the right purpose, the mind go like that way. So then in day-to-day life, that always remember that without the right intention, without the right view, you cannot get into the happiness. It kind of like this. You wanna drink coffee. Just imagine how you can drink coffee without water. So how you can drink coffee without water? You cannot. So, and just the water doesn't mean it is coffee. So then what you have to do? You have to add the water to coffee, to drink the coffee. The same like to experience the mind. Just the mind itself you cannot experience. So in the surface level, in conventional life, the very first thing that you have to do, add kind of the view or the desire to yourself. If you don't add any view, when you don't have the view, when you don't have the practical mind, analytical mind itself, maybe you know a lot of things. It's like a philosopher. So because they know a lot of things, but that doesn't mean it come out of their life. So when you have the view regarding the whatever the practice that you go through, and it give a purpose to yourself to live, and then you go with it, and in day-to-day life you get the result out of it. That is what the life that you should build, not just knowingly. And as you can know about meditation, but if you don't practice, and if you don't apply it to yourself, and if you don't have a view regarding the practice that you go through, that maybe you can become a philosopher regarding meditation. You will write a lot of books and you will give a lot of talks, but you don't sit and practice, and you don't know about it. So then when you practice yourself, it's kind of like you adding the water to coffee. That is why you really can experience this. And in that very moment, that little by little, the journey will take you to the reality. So reality means it's not that out of this your place or out of your life you're going to experience something. No, realization means you recognizing in this very moment what is happening within you. That is the realization that you need to get. So for that, the mostly that the hindrance happen within our own mind. So once you know that, it come with the thoughts, and you allow that thoughts to settle down, and then itself you help to develop the clarity. So one time Buddha and Venerable Anand had a discussion. I think it may help for you. So when they having a conversation, they had the little bit of cotton, and the Buddha took it to his hand, that little bit of cotton, and asked from Venerable Ananda, what do you think about this cotton? If we add some water, what will happen to this cotton? Oh, Venerable Sir, if you put the water to this cotton, it become heavy, it go down. And asked Ananda, if there is no water in this cotton, what will happen? Oh, Venerable Sir, it become more lighter, and maybe it, it, start to go with the wind. Then ask, so what is easy? To put water and make this cotton heavy, or take out the water and make the cotton dry? Which one is easy? Oh, Venerable Sir, the putting water and make the cotton heavy is very easy. But take out the water and dry the cotton and make it so light is not easy. Getting to its natural form is not easy. So then the Buddha mentioned, Ananda, the mind also the same. My mind also the same. It's like a little bit piece of cotton, and itself it has inherent nature to be light, but at the same time it has a nature to absorb, hold, clinging. It's like a sponge, so get everything absorbed to inside, but it cannot hold it there. That is the beauty that you have to know. It has nature to absorb, but it cannot keep permanent. It's like in sponge. You get all the water, and then when you squeeze, what happening? All the water go away. It cannot stay in the water. So the same like the cotton, it cannot hold the water. When you squeeze, the water going to go out. It cannot hold. So the squeezing nature is kind of like awareness. So if you able to keep the awareness, clarity in your mind, and the clinging itself not going to happen, your mind itself not going to become heavy. Look, then in day-to-day life, when you are not aware, a lot of unnecessary informations come to you. So the very nature of the mind is absorbing. It's kind of like you adding water to that cotton. Then it become heavy, 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 and down, go down. See, in life, in day-to-day life, our life day by day become heavy, 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 heavy. And everybody like babies to see little, children. And when they become now like teenagers, their face become different. And then when they become younger, their face become longer. And that all the pretty and the beauty, when they become 30, 40 years, disappear. And they completely become kind of like a different person. Why? Because unnecessary informations accumulate, and then their whole life becomes so heavy that there's no kind of like a comfort even within their own life. So you don't need to blame to anybody. That heaviness is because your own mistake. You didn't recognize what is valuable for you, what is important for you, what is necessary for you. And then what happened? This everything absorbed you. Now it is so heavy. When you sit, it is very difficult for you to stand even. Physically, mentally, you become heavy. So then release that. How you can release? Forget about that, all the heaviness that you accumulate. In this very moment, if you able to just focus your mind 1 minute, stay with the breathing, that all the heaviness going to disappear. See how beautiful? That all the heaviness, that all the tightness you can release just if you able to focus your mind just only for 1 second. So it is possible. Try it. And don't carry this heaviness. It is always going to be in the world. But that doesn't mean that it going to be heavy for you. Look at the wind. It's everywhere all the time. But why you make it kind of like a tornado? You don't need to do it. When the wind, keep moving in the same place, what happening little by little, it become a tornado and destroy everything. And you can try today, you can create a tornado and keep thinking regarding one thing again and again and again and again, and maybe you will destroy everything around you. You go crazy when you keep thinking again and again and again regarding something. See how the people go crazy. Don't do that. Don't create a tornado. Don't make heavy yourself. Just get out of it. Release yourself. How? Forget about whatever happened. Just get into one thought, one point, and stay there a little bit. And then from that point, you will see everything going to release. And then you feel that comfort. In that comfort, you can move forward and do whatever you want. With that heaviness, don't try to do any movements. Then it become kind of like a tornado. It become like a, look at this water, how comfortable when we swim in the ocean and when we play in the ocean. But how about when the tsunami come? It destroy everything. Our thoughts the same. If you make it heavy, tight, heat, with that all the heat, tightness, and the dirt, that when it come, it kind of like a tsunami. So don't make it like that. Make it more relaxed. Let it be comfortable, and don't go with it. So drop that. Whatever happened in your life, just drop. It's all thoughts. It's all in our head. That is it. Even it is not around this world. It is only in our head. So you can just go to the birthplace, maybe wherever. If you are an elder, go back to your birthplace and see, is it there? No, it's all gone. But in your mind, it is still there. So like that, everything the same. Look at the people, look at the friends 10 years back, that whatever that is. So where they are now, they all different. Go on. Where they are in your head. So like that. So whatever you carry in your head, it can make you heavy. So then what you have to do? Release that. How you can do it? Just keep your mind focused to one point, just to the breathing. That is the one of the most comfortable and very that economical, because no any money going to cost for that, and it is available 24/7, and you can trust it, and it's nothing to relate with anybody. Just focus to your breathing. Don't just keep going here and there thinking. Don't allow your mind to go. Then you will see how you can drop that all the heaviness. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.